And here we are on page 2 of the review ditto. What we're going to do here is we're going to make a dot plot of the data above and then put it on a relative frequency histogram. Now the first thing you should do is you should take a look at the data and put it on the dot plot, and one of the easiest ways to set up your dot plot is to take your data here and split that into different pieces. So for example, 0 to 3, you could move by ones, so we're going to split that here and here. So this is 1 and 2. And then you'll look through your list and find all the 0s, 1s, and 2s, and put the dots above each of these tick marks. So between each of these little intervals, please put 2 tick marks there so each one can be counted. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so do that and then make your dot plot, please. Pause the YouTube video, and then when you're finished, please take a look at the answers that we have. And now the answers. We have, it looks like we have 5 dots at 0, 4 dots at 2, 2 dots at 3, 1 dot at 4, 1 dot at 7, 1 dot at 8, 3 dots at 9, 1 dot at 10, 2 dots at 11, 1 dot at 12, 1 dot at 16, and 1 dot at 18, and that's the range. Now to make a relative frequency histogram, what you have to do is you have to look at the intervals that are given to you at the bottom of the ditto. The intervals go every 5. So what you need to do is you need to count up how many numbers were between 0 and 5. And so what we'll do is count here the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 dots between 0 and 5, not including 5. So between 12 and 5, I'm going to put a little note here, or between 0 and 5, I want to put a note here that there were 12 of them. Now this is some scrap work down here that's going to become part of this graph. Now I'm going to see how many were between 5 and 10. So I look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't include this one that's at 10. Just the ones between 5 and 10, not including 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 between 5 and 10, not including the 10. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for 10 to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. Between 15 and 20. 1, 2. And that looks like it's the end of our list there. So now I have 12 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2. This is how many dots we have in the plot. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 is my total. Now to find my percent of each of these, what I'm going to do is divide each of these by that 23 and find my percentages like so. Now, turn on your calculators and type in these 4 numbers. I'll give you some time to do that. So go 12 divided by 23, 5 divided by 23, 4 divided by 23, and 2 divided by 23. And get your answers. Each of these will be a decimal. Round the decimal to the nearest hundredth, which means 2 decimals. I'll give you time to do that. Now that you have your decimals divided, 12 divided by 23 is 0.52, or 52%. Now what we're going to do is, above this bar between 0 and 5, we're going to go to 52%. Now you might notice this is 0.5, but that's really 0.50. So 52% would be a little bit higher. So almost half your data, a little bit more than half your data is between 0 and 5. Now, 5 divided by 23 is 22%, or 0.22, and I rounded that. This is 22%. So this is going to go a little bit above 0.2, which is 0.20. Okay, sorry, let me level that off a little bit there. Okay, 4 divided by 23 isn't too far away than 0.22. This is going to be 0.17, or 17%. And that means this bar here is going to be almost at 20, so about 17 right there. And finally, 2 over 23, which ends up being 0.09, which is 9%. And don't get this confused with this 0.9 up here. That's 90%. 0.9 is almost 0.1, which is 10. And drag that over like this. If you had trouble converting your percentages, or if you had trouble seeing that, you can always add zeros to the end of these. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, 60%, and so on all the way up the list. And this is page 2.